thing I love about the story of Esther is the relationships. And, we're going to be looking a lot at that, at the relationships, all the people that, all the different people she came in contact with on this her journey to becoming queen, and how God places people in our lives to bring us into our destiny, or, wisdom, and teach us certain things. And, we mustn't overlook that, And then Esther, just look at the end of it. She made impact for generations. So she delivered her generation for generations to come. So it's all about, impact, legacy. And we talk about that all the time, don't we, at TPH? So for me, those are the, I know we're just starting to talk about it, and we're going to get into, as the weeks go by, we're going to really get into it. But for me, those are like the starting, those are like the starting points. And can I just say that, we want this to be a series that is so interactive, because we're going to learn spiritual lessons, we're going to learn life lessons as well, so we want it to be really interactive. We want people to ask questions, people to comment, we're going to get the studio audience involved in it, our online audience, sending your comments, sending your questions. So we are looking forward to all of that. So this is a very exciting and impactful season for everybody.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you very much. I talk about studio audience, just to mention that, some people hear studio and they think, it's for a select few. It's open to everyone, and we put it out there. So from next week, for those who are enjoying, watching and just learning from the comfort of their homes, it's time to break out. That's right. And you can come here live and let's, just build from next week's season as we open up here, and also, of course, online, to invite as many people as possible to participate. And now I'll come to Pastor Lalam. Talking about not needing an ordination to fulfilling God's purpose. I'd like you to touch on that, especially as you give us your perspective on this woman who was more than a queen, and I dare say more than a pretty face. So you can, I often hear, I pray in heels, for the men. I don't look at the fact that I'm all put together. By the time it's time to battle, I know how to go into my quiet place. But I'd like you to just touch on that.
Right. Okay, so thank you very much. And I think that Pastor Jude and Dr. Toke have set a fantastic foundation for the conversation. And if anything, the most important thing about Esther is that she refused to be labeled. She refused to be labeled based on her heritage, based on her roots. And this is not to say that roots are totally unimportant, because, how you were born, this and that. But you see, as you continue to study the book of Esther, one of the questions I ask myself is, who raised this girl? Who taught her certain things? Because she was not only a woman who later became a queen. Day by day, we see her bringing some life principles like tact. She was so tactful. She knew when to be quiet. She knew when to speak. She knew when to prepare herself. She knew when to be bold. She knew those things. And I find that those are things that in our daily lives we need. Again, the spiritual and the physical go hand in hand. And there's no way, you cannot thrive in the fullness of physicality without spirituality. Right. You cannot function, and in the world that we are in, and in the way that we are trying to prepare ourselves to engage society, as Pastor Jude said, there is a foreknowledge of the spirit that is required. There is a backbone of the spirit that is necessary to facilitate that. So for Esther, it could have been her upbringing, her uncle Mordecai, who we will go into speaking about, and it could, so many things coming together. But you see, if I'm just going to bring it home to our day today, because I find a lot of people say, like you said, and then whilst people might not even say the pastor titles, people say, I wasn't born on the island. I have only a green passport. That one hits all of us.